I think they got to be real careful where Joshua's at it. You know, as much as he did do better, he did beat a guy. He did beat a guy who came in 20 pounds overweight. Ruiz doesn't make it out of 4 rounds with Deontay Wilder. Ruiz probably gets finished by Fury.
Wow. This kind of comment is what really is starting to drain on me now. There's so many goofy people out there who don't know nothing about the sport of anything. Yeah? I'm a casual. I'm a self-confessed casual. That said, it makes a lot of you hardcores, you should be embarrassed of yourselves. If you lot are hardcores, I don't know what a casual is, because anyone who thinks Tyson Fury would stop Ruiz is literally... I'm just not sure what it is. I'm really not. I just don't get it whatsoever. It's just fascination with Fury. It's really odd. He's the only man, historically, who literally, categorically, statistically, historically, every single ickly, yeah, Fury is proven to have no power whatsoever. When was the last time Fury got a stoppage? Oh, he knocked Schwartz out. Oh, wow, a top 100 opponent. When was the last time Fury stopped a top 10 opponent? When? Never mind stopped. When was the last time he hurt a top 10 opponent? Never mind hurt. When was the last time he's been in the ring with a top 10 opponent? That'd be Wilder. And people rant and rave about, oh yes, Tyson Fury. He backed up Deontay Wilder. He backed him up. A 280-pound man. You had 12 rounds in there with a cruiserweight in Wilder. Little spindly legs. Wait a minute. A 280-pound man had 36 minutes, 12 rounds with a 210-pound basketball player. And the best thing you can take from that is, oh yes, he backed him up. You backed him up. What do you want a cookie for that? Listen, let me tell you something now. I'm a 180-pound man, yeah? If I run into a 130-pound man, he's going to get backed up at least. Never mind nothing else. You're meant to be a trained fighter. You had 70 pounds of weight. Don't let me see you have a 70-pound weight advantage and an inch height advantage, and the best you can say is, oh, I backed him up. What? Do you want a cookie for that? Yeah? With a 70-pound weight advantage, and let's get it right as well. Tyson Fury himself said, oh yeah, Deontay Wilder is a big basketball player with a big right hand. Oh, I'll see it coming from miles off. Oh yes, I'm going to box his head right off for him. I'm going to punch his cunt right in for him. Where was I was waiting to see the cunt getting punched in. Where was that? I must have missed that one. There weren't no cunts going nowhere. There weren't no cunts going right in. Yeah? None of that. Oh well, YB. He backed him up. Fury fans are delusional. And this man here, I hate to make it, what's the word? I hate to make it racial, but there is that, I do get a feeling there's a bit of that going around. People kind of cling on to things that aren't there. Yeah? Let's keep it boxing. Fury has no power. Just because he looks like you, don't mean he's something he ain't. He is what he is, he has no power. Stop buying into things that aren't there. He hasn't got any. Wilder has no legs. You don't see me sitting there trying to, oh yeah, man, Deontay Wilder's got thick legs. Whatever I've said about AJ is factual. I might talk about him being a genetic specimen. I'm not lying about it, am I? The difference is, when I sit there and I talk about AJ, this is the funny thing is, you know, I sit there and make observations which are based in reality. As an example, I did a video before the Ruiz fight where I showed you a picture of his legs. Obviously, they are the top 0.1% of genetically elite legs. You've got bodybuilders who are in the gym doing it not juiced out of their mind who can't get legs like that. And so I sit there and show you observations backed in reality, and I'm a fanboy, but you Fury fangirls have no evidence for what you're saying. Oh yes, Tyson Fury would have stopped Ruiz. But yeah, I'm the fangirl. You joking? There's no evidence Fury would stop Wallin. Let's start with Wallin, shall we? Before we start saying he would have stopped Ruiz. Are you drunk? Ruiz has one of the best chins, categorically, in the heavyweight division today. And Fury would have probably stopped him. I'm sick of it. I really am. The whole Fury thing gets to me because he is literally the worst boxer. I'm sorry, man. I've got to say it. He is literally the worst heavyweight boxer. And when I say worst, I mean in terms of when you look at the amount of clout people put into Fury and then versus reality. So yeah, on a scale of reality to what people think he is the worst boxer in history. Massively overrated. He's never done. His fans believe he does things he's never done before, like this. When has Fury ever showed he can hurt a top 10 opponent? Never mind stop. When has he showed it? Seriously, show me a time Fury has stopped a top 10 opponent. He hasn't even fought that many. He's fought Vlad. He's fought Wilder, both of which never even hurt neither of them, by the way. Who else has he fought? Chisora. Even Chisora, he couldn't hurt him, could he? He couldn't hurt him. That's the reality of it. Chisora was marching forward like a heavy bag. Couldn't hurt him. Yeah, obviously Fury outboxed him, but couldn't hurt him. Didn't put him down no times. And this is the man that's meant to be, he would have stopped Ruiz. People need to start actually living in reality here. Your man, just never mind stopping Ruiz. Your man just went life and death with Wallin. That's what did happen 3 months ago. About he would have stopped Ruiz. Let's start off by stopping Wallin, shall we? It's frustrating. I haven't even started cooking on Wilder. The whole Wilder situation is not far off. Don't get me wrong. It's nowhere near as dire as the Fury situation. Fury, the way people talk about Fury and the reality is something else. I'm sorry. LDBC are one thing, but Fury fans are in a league of their own. At least Wilder can sit there and say, like, at least some of the observations from Wilder are based in reality, i.e. he has knocked people out. Now, the people he's knocked out are no good, but still, at least he's knocking them out. Fury, people are giving Fury credit. Oh yeah, Fury would stop him, but he don't show no examples of it. At least Wilder fans can reference examples. Oh well, look, he stopped him. Oh well, look, he stopped him. Fury ain't got no. Oh look, he stopped who? Who can you sit there and say, oh look, Fury stopped who? Name one person. None. Anyway, let's cook on Wilder now. My issues with Wilder. Oh man, there was some other goof the other day talking about this. Oh man, YB, you're a fanboy. You're a fanboy. You're a fanboy. Deontay Wilder would knock Ruiz out in 4 rounds. Goofy dude saying this. Crackhead looking ass dude saying this kind of business. Listen, I've got no problem. I've said it for the longest time. When Wilder shows me he has all-time great level power, when he shows it, not when he imagines it, not when people speculate it, when he shows it. When has Wilder knocked out a top 10 opponent? Yeah? Or even, not top 10 actually, call it top 5, because we're talking about all-time great level power. People are saying Wilder has all-time great level power. You don't obtain all-time great level power by knocking out top 15 opponents. That's not how it works. Most people can, or most top heavyweights historically can knock out top 15 opponents. So that doesn't make you all-time great. What makes you all-time great is when you knock out lineal champions, world champions. Mike Tyson knocked out Spinks, who was the lineal champion. Mike Tyson knocked out Larry Holmes, who'd never been stopped before and had a history of being a bad dude who had never been stopped, as an example. That there tells me, you know what? You knocked out the lineal champion. You knocked out the world champion, Trevor Berbick. You knocked out Larry Holmes. You see what I mean? Three examples there, which tells me, you know what? This man, regardless of how good you rated Spinks or whatever, that's the facts. Wilder, on the other hand, he gets in there with Fury, who isn't even a world champion at the time. No, he wasn't world champion at the time. Was not lineal champion at the time. And he can't stop him. Could you believe it? The one time he could have got a little bit of credit, Wilder can't stop him. Oh, here we go. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean when I say I'm struggling with this whole all-time great business. Because when Mike Tyson, who we know or who now has all-time great power, got in the ring, there weren't no questions when he stopped Spinks, were there? Oh, well, he got the count. Mike Tyson wasn't worried about no count when Spinks was put down, was he? Spinks, there weren't no 10 count. Spinks weren't making no count, whether it was 10 or 11 seconds. The minute you start counting seconds, that just tells me you didn't hit him hard enough, Wilder. If your power was that, Mike Tyson weren't sitting there complaining about time. Oh man, oh, the count could have been this, the count could have been there. When Spinks got put down, or when Larry Holmes got put down, people went, oh, the count was 1 second long. The count don't matter. When you hit someone properly, if you hit that hard enough, you ain't worrying about the count being 1 or 2 or even 10 seconds longer. Yeah? An extra 10 seconds wouldn't have helped Larry Holmes or Spinks. They was done. And that's the fact of the matter. When you hit them hard enough, no amount of time matters. They're finished. Amir Khan versus Canelo Alvarez. No amount of time was going to make, unless you had a day, you need about a week for Amir Khan to make that count. And that's my issue here. If you've got true power, why is it when you go in there with top people, you can't put them out? Romain Stavern, the first world champion Wilder ever fought. Not lineal champion, not no massive Don of Dons, not no Vitaly Klitschko. When you got in there with your first world champion, shock horror, Wilder once again can't stop him. Oh, what a surprise. See what I mean? There's a trend here. Every time Wilder steps up to the point where he could earn a level of credibility, all of a sudden this magical all-time great power doesn't come through. There's a trend here. Instead, though, people want to give Wilder credit for shit he hasn't done. Oh, man, well, Ortiz is top 5. You can't start making things up. Yes, you can look at a ranking and say it's top 5, but in reality, how I do rankings is based in reality, i.e., to be top 5, you must have beat someone top 5. That's how I do my rankings. If you ain't beat no one top 5, you can't be top 5. Now, of course, the way the governing bodies work, they put people top 5 just willy-nilly. But that's not how it really should work. How can Ortiz be top 3 when he's never beat a top 3 person in his whole career? Don't make no sense to me. It just doesn't at all. Whereas people like Dillian White, the reason he's top 5 or top 3, Joseph Parker, Derek Chisora, 2 names who you could argue consistently to be top 5. You know what? Take Joseph Parker out. Show me one person on Luis Ortiz's record who would beat Chisora. Name me just one. None. There's none on there. No, there's no. I don't even know who's on his record, to be honest, but there's no one on there who would beat Chisora. There's no one on there who would beat Joseph Parker. And that's why, if Deontay Wilder knocks out Dillian White, we can start talking. But even then, to be honest, that don't prove to me all-time great power. These are the names I need to see Deontay Wilder knock out. AJ. Ruiz. If you knock out AJ, I'm giving you all-time great level power. If you knock out Ruiz, I'm giving you all-time great level power. If you knock out, for now, probably that's about it, to be honest. In terms of the people I know who have a good chin. I've never seen it. We've seen AJ take Vlad's right hand whilst being cardiovascularly compromised, i.e. gassed. And we've seen him take it and get straight back up. No eyes rolled in the head. No head bouncing off the canvas, as an example. So I know if someone puts AJ in a position where his eyes are rolling in his head, that means it's a good shot. Cause I've never seen it happen before in all the fights he's been in there with. Do you know what I mean? If I see that, he's getting credit. If I see Ruiz with his eyes rolled in his head, I know I've seen Ruiz take right hands off AJ all night. So I know if Wilder goes in there with Ruiz and his eyes are in the back of his head, I know, you know what, this man's got a different level of power. But he hasn't set this precedent yet. He hasn't set it at all. Now, will Wilder hit Fury? Fury has been put down by a cruiserweight who can't punch. That's what we do know. Cunningham wasn't a big cruiserweight puncher. Never mind a heavyweight puncher, and he had Wilder he had Fury on his back with his eyes looking at his own thoughts. So let's not try and make out Fury's got some wicked chin. He hasn't. If anything, he's on the chinny side. All you need is to touch him on his whiskers, and he's going down. He knocked himself out, and he hasn't got any power himself. Anyway, this kind of stuff stresses the YB out, you know. It fully stresses me out. Because I just don't know what to say anymore. It's like you just have to say the same things every day. Everyone just take a deep breath and start basing things off of reality. People call me a fanboy, but anything I say is based on reality. Oh, YB, you said AJ's the best boxer. You said AJ's a better boxer than Fury. Well, I've never seen Fury beat a unified champion 12 rounds to nil. When was the last time Fury did that? See what I mean? See how my thinking is based in reality. I've never seen someone win 12 rounds against anyone, to be honest. Fury, you know what I mean? Show me the last time you saw a world champion lose 12 to nil. Show me it. Exactly, you can't. And that's the problem here. Start going based in reality. Not you can't give Ortiz. Oh, Ortiz. Well, man, Ortiz is top 3. Who's he beaten in top 3? In fact, what the evidence shows is he got knocked out by Wilder, and Wilder couldn't knock Fury out, as an example. So Ortiz's chin ain't that good, is it?